In this week of my half marathon training, I ran fast, I ran slow, I ran long, I ran short, I ran big hills and I ran small hills. I feel great and also I feel like utter crap. So here's how my week went. On Monday, I had a hill rep session planned and it was a 2x5 hill reps followed by 10 minutes run to the local track. And then I had 5 intervals of 150 meters planned. So overall, it felt much better than the last time. My legs started working properly, so I just think that this part of training is going according to plan. So when I got to the track, the snow was already gone and I could finally do a proper speed session. So it was 5 times 150 meters sprints, and it felt much better than the last week, because obviously last week couldn't do it properly with all the snow and ice laying around. So I would say that Monday went definitely according to plan. So on Tuesday, I'm doing one of my key workouts, which is a tempo run. This week, I've been doing a 2K warm-up, followed by 12K at 4 minutes and 15 seconds per kilometer pace, and ending with 2 kilometers at 4 minutes and 5 seconds per kilometer pace. Because it's my third week of preparing to my half marathon, I would like to take a step back and look at my previous trainings and see how I progressed. Comparing those 3 weeks, there has been a slow progression of speed, maintaining the overall intensity. And this is one of the reasons why I like to do some of the workouts on the treadmill, because it gives me a stable comparison to the other trainings that I have been doing. So it's easy to compare whether there is progress or not, and that wouldn't be so easy if I would do those runs outside when there are different conditions and when even the weather can impact the run greatly. When it comes to Wednesday, of course, it means a strength workout for me, and it went pretty okay, I guess. It wasn't anything fancy, it wasn't anything large, so it's just a typical session to have a strength upkeep overall. And the funny thing I realized this week was that with strength, after I started the strength training, I actually stopped having any upper body aches when I was doing my long runs, because it was pretty common for me when I did like 25 plus Ks of runs. My upper back started to hurt, because obviously when I was training running, I trained mainly my legs at that point and I didn't pay any attention to the upper body part. So that's why I think it was just unused to this long duration of exercise, and this even one session of strength training in a week definitely helps and makes my long runs more easy. So for Thursday, I would like to do the same comparison as I did with Tuesday. So Thursday marks my interval session. For the first 2 weeks, I have done a 5 times 2K interval session at around my half marathon pace, actually slightly slower. This week, I've decreased the number of intervals to 4 and increased the distance to 3 kilometers. So that's overall increase of 2Ks per the whole workout. And next week, I'm going to also do one more decrease of intervals to 3 and increase the distance to 4 kilometers. So it's going to be the same as this week in regards to the overall distance, but obviously with less recovery, it should be more difficult, and it should prepare me to the half marathon effort that will last for an hour and hopefully a little bit less than 20 minutes. And also I will put the link to my Strava account in the description of this video, so follow me if you want to see my trainings. So for Friday I had an easy pace 10k session planned, but overall I skipped that one because I was still feeling fatigued from the session a day before. In the long run, it's all about hitting that sub 120 time during half marathon, and there is still a couple of weeks before my race, so I just didn't want to go overboard with training at that point of time because there is still some time left, and I just don't want to go overboard with it. Sunday is always a long run for me, so for this week I had a 25k session planned. And it all went pretty well up until the 11th K, at which point I took my first gel. And the surprising thing was that it didn't really go well with my stomach. And I've been using those gels for a long time, so I was really surprised. And from that point onward, it just felt like a constant deterioration. Basically at 17th K, I was just thinking to myself that maybe I should cut this run short. However, because I didn't do the run the day before, I just decided to keep on going because that's not, canceling sessions is not something that I'm used to. At 23rd K, with one last small hill before I finished my run, I started feeling lightheaded, so at that point I just decided not to push those last 2Ks. In hindsight, I think that I just didn't fuel properly that day because I only had one small meal in the morning, and I took this run a little later than I used to. So I think that this is just something good to keep in mind, and that just proves the point that running is far more than just hitting those training sessions. It's also about those other things like eating properly and sleeping enough and many other things. So overall, this week I was okay. I've hit the key sessions according to plan, which is definitely a good news. On the other hand, I didn't do the recovery run and I've cut my long run short, so it's not the best, but on the other hand, it's not really the end of the world. So yeah, let's see how it goes next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Next week marks the halfway of my preparations until the first half marathon of the year. So stay tuned for more updates, and see you then.